Hi guys, I hope you're all having an awesome day today. In today's video, I'm going to be trying out the MILANI Conceal and Perfect Smooth Finish Cream to Powder Foundation right here. I just really been looking for a cream to powder foundation because in high school and just years ago, my favorite kind of foundation formula was cream to powder. And I was obsessed with the MAC cream to powder foundation. I forgot the exact name. I don't even know what shade I was, but I remember that I used to save up all my money when I was in high school just to be able to buy the MAC cream to powder foundation because I really loved the formula and I just really enjoyed it a lot. And it's been so long since I tried out a cream to powder formula. So this one is really affordable, so I'm glad to be trying out something that's affordable. But this one costs $10, I believe, like $9.97 at Walmart. And I used the website foundation.com to shade match me, and I was matched to the shade 245 Warm Beige. So in today's video, I'm going to be trying it out, and I'm also going to do a wear test. Before we get in the video, let me know in the comments, do you guys like cream to powder foundations? Have you tried that formula before? I now have gotten into liquid foundations, obviously, as I grew up, but I remember I would never touch a liquid foundation when I was younger. I only liked cream to powders. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into today's video. So I'm going to put my hair up, of course. If you ever wonder, I use my daughter's headband. That's why I always have like a cute little headband. Yeah, I buy her the cutest headbands and then I use them for my videos to put my hair back. But anyway, if you're new to my channel, I have dry skin, so I do try to, whenever I try out a new foundation, no matter what kind of foundation it is, I try to double and triple hydrate, or moisturize, I should say. So the first thing that I'm going to go with is the Glow Recipe Plump Hyaluronic Serum, Deep Hydration and Glow Serum right here. Now I'm going to go in with moisturizer, and the one that I'm using at the moment is also from Glow Recipe. It's the Banana Souffle Moisture Cream that I also got through BoxyCharm and I've been loving. Smells like bananas. Really nice and moisturizing, so I'm going to apply this all over my face. And for primer, I'm using the Too Faced Hangover Replenishing Face Primer right here. Okay guys, so now that everything's nice and set and I'm nice and moisturized, I'm ready to go ahead and apply my foundation. And let me tell you a little bit about this foundation right here. I'm just reading off my phone. According to MILANI, this foundation is a must-have complexion perfector that glides on as a cream and magically morphs into a buildable, full coverage, light diffusing powder foundation with a soft matte camera ready finish. Made with lily and bamboo extracts to control oil and shine to keep skin on point wherever the day takes you. It says that antioxidant rich vitamins A and E and green tea help protect skin, light diffusing, buildable, full coverage foundation, soft matte finish. Sounds really interesting. So they're claiming that this is going to be a buildable, like, full coverage foundation, and you get a nice soft matte finish, which is what I prefer. I have dry skin and I tend to stay away from full coverage, but as you can see, I triple hydrated, moisturized today, so I should be able to do good with this. But I wonder if this actually does dry down matte, because it is a cream, but they say that it turns into powder, I guess. It morphs into a powder foundation, but we'll see. Now, let me show you the actual product itself. This is what it looks like. It's actually bigger than I expected it to be, and also for it to be $10. I mean, it is like plastic packaging, but I do still think that it's like really pretty. I really enjoy MILANI's packaging overall. And here you have the foundation. I just put my finger in, that's why it looks like that. This foundation does, right off the bat, seem a little bit darker than me, but I'm interested to see how it looks on my skin, because I've had, sometimes some foundations look darker in the pan or in the bottle than they do on my skin. So I'm trusting that website that I use, foundation.com, because they've been pretty spot on with a lot of foundations that I match with them. Okay, then when you kind of push this up, you get a really nice mirror, which I love things that bring mirrors. That's my favorite. And then they have this little sponge here, applicator, which is actually a really nice size. I usually try to use other things. I don't use these like sponge thingies to apply foundation, but I've learned to try and use it because for some reason I get the best coverage when one of these foundations, like powder foundations or something like that, brings one of these applicators. So I think for today I'm going to try this out just to give it like the best shot possible. So I'm going to get a little closer and let's go ahead and get started. That's what that looks like. See, it is like lighter than it looks in here, which is great. Wow. So honestly, I only applied what? I only swiped it once and I already do see a little bit of coverage. What I'm interested to cover is like these very red areas here around my cheeks. I also have a lot of texture going on and some bumpiness, and I have a like random breakout right here. So I got a little bit of flakiness going on down here, which always happens to me. I think just dry skin and like all the different moisturizers that I layered together. So I'm gonna try to not like drag it, but more like press it in like this and see what happens. But so far, this is definitely a good match for my skin. It's definitely my color. I was a little skeptical for a minute. Wow, look at the difference. That's not a lot that I've done so far, and I do already see a difference between both sides. So you guys see, I like it so far, but I also need to continue to apply it and also wear it throughout the day to see, because something so affordable will be a game changer. But let me apply foundation to the rest of my face. See, I'm pressing it like this because I was getting a little bit of flakiness around here. But I mentioned that happened to me with another powder foundation, the L'Oreal. And the next time I used it, I was just careful with my application because I can sometimes be a little rough. So I don't want to just say that it's the foundation, because I know I also myself just have that issue sometimes because of my extremely dry skin. But let me try the forehead, which is a troublesome area for me around my T-zone here. So I'm pressing it like that. I do like the way that it feels. You see, right? Coverage right away. I love that. I like the way that it feels. It feels comfortable. Like, it does feel creamy. I guess it will morph into a powder foundation like they say. Part of me wishes it will stay creamy. But see, I haven't finished my face, but every time I apply it to a specific spot, it instantly makes it look more even and just prettier, like smooth. It smooths things out, makes everything look more even. So I'm being very careful because I don't want that flakiness to really turn into a thing. So I'm just trying to not be my usual rough self. Grabbing some. I want to kind of show you how it does feel like very creamy. Like very, very creamy. So like, it's interesting that it will turn into a powder. Let me just apply it with my finger here to see. I don't know. Since I have like that breakout right there, I wonder like if it would do anything if I just tap it in with a finger. It looks really pretty so far. See, I was about to drag it there. I'm so impatient. This is the area that I got a little bit of flakiness going on. So I'm going to go ahead and try again to just pat around this area that I get redness and like some bumpy skin. Okay, that does seem to work better, like pressing it into my skin versus dragging and trying to blend it like a regular liquid foundation. So this side so far is doing well, even though I have that breakout. I think it's doing very well. Then we're working on this, around this area, the worst area in my face, around my nose here. We'll tackle that in a second. Okay, let's try my nose to kind of press it in. I'm using actually the edge of the sponge to kind of press in, because I do have dryness going on around there. So for my nose, I want to try my finger as well just to see, and it seems like it's like that might work since it is such a dry area. Because I would definitely like my nose to be covered, like be at least medium to full coverage. I don't know, around here. I don't want any redness left over, which a lot of times I feel like I compensate with some foundations. and let that kind of not be covered because I don't want the flakiness to happen. But I fully want to test if this will work for that. So I'm using my finger and I think it's doing well. I'm actually impressed with it. Like, yes, it doesn't look perfect yet, but it's doing something. Like, it's being absorbed into like my pores, my skin, and it is evening things out. Okay guys, so I like it. Like, when I'm looking at myself in the screen here, I have a screen and a mirror, it looks pretty. I'm a little scared that it will start flaking soon, but I do think it looks really pretty so far. And I'm gonna finish off the rest of my makeup. I'm gonna do a little I'm gonna do a little concealer, brows, and then I'll show you guys like what powder. I'm thinking about setting it with a powder. Okay guys, so I did my brows off camera. In case you're wondering, I used the Huda Beauty Micro Shade Bomb Brows Brow Pencil in the shade Black. And I also cleaned them up using this Wet n Wild Mega Last Incognito Concealer in the shade Light Beige. And I'm gonna apply this to underneath my eyes. I hope that this doesn't flake, because again, since this foundation morphs into a powder, maybe next time I should apply my concealer first, but I'm just gonna apply just a tiny bit. Okay, doesn't look bad. I'm gonna have to definitely set that with setting powder. So in case you're wondering, the brush that I'm using is a Complex Sculpture foundation brush. I think it's just really nice and like good for getting in the corners. I don't see any issues with the liquid concealer, so that's definitely a plus. And for setting powder, I'm using the e.l.f. Halo Glow setting powder in the shade Medium. I'm gonna do a very small amount of setting powder just because I don't think I need that much. So just under my eyes, taking a fluffy powder brush. This is also from Complex Sculpture. I usually use a sponge, but I do not want to use a sponge today, like a wet sponge, you know what I mean? Because I don't know, do not want to try and mix like textures and whatever. So just a little bit. See, that's going on so nicely. I'm very impressed. Whenever I take my time with things, they always turn out better, because usually I just want to rush, but this is looking really nice. And without even adding any more powder to the brush, I'm just gonna go all over my face. I don't think I need more powder, but just, you know, to kind of set it. That brow's looking a little silly. Okay. My brows are now sisters today. They're kind of cousins, but okay. So look guys, it looks really pretty. I don't know if it's transferring on camera, but to me, my mirror, it looks really pretty so far. And I love how that concealer worked with the foundation. There was no problem at all. I'm gonna contour. Yes, I'm gonna contour and add a little bit of brush and highlight. I'm using my Ace Beauty Bronzed in Paradise bronzing palette, and I'm not gonna do like a lot. I'm just going to warm up my face a little bit. For my blush, I'm using the Milani Inclusive All-in-One like all over face palette, or yeah, face palette. I'm using this really pretty blush here. I love Milani's like blushes and highlighters. I overdid it like I always do, but I'm gonna take my fluffy brush just to dial it back a little bit. I guess that's fine. For highlighter, I'm using the Milani Rose Glow Stellar Lights highlighter palette. This right here is my favorite, and my favorite color is this pearl here. But I'm first gonna go in with this bronzy one, sort of as like a base, right over the blush a little bit. I don't know, I just like to layer blushes. I mean, highlighters. Now, cleaned off my brush, Going in with the icy white, and this is my favorite highlighter. Wow, so pretty. Super pretty. Yeah, very extra. I'm looking in the mirror like, wow, that's so extra. I'm gonna apply a little bit to the tip of my nose and the bridge as well. And for like, as far as powder application, that's it. And this foundation did so well. That whole little flakiness thing going on again happened to me before with different powder foundations. I think it's my dry skin and also the way that I was applying it, because when I decided to go ahead and pat it into my skin rather than like drag it and move it so much, it stopped flaking. So far it's performing super nicely. I'm gonna finish off the rest of my makeup, then I'll be back. Okay guys, so I applied the rest of my makeup and I'm looking close here in the mirror, and so far I like how this looks. I was a little scared there for a second, but honestly it performed so nicely. It blended very well with my powders that I have all over my face, and I like the way that it looks. I'm very interested to see how it wears throughout the day. It is a really pretty easy application because I like powder foundations, but overall they're just kind of drying on my skin. Overall, not all of them, but since this one is a cream to powder, I feel like it's a perfect product if it does work out throughout the day to take along on vacation or somewhere, or just to have in your purse in case you randomly just want to put some foundation on, because it's cream and then it turns into a powder, and I think that will be very convenient. But I'm going to check in with you guys throughout the day and let you know at the end of the video how I think it wore and if I think it's worth it or not. But yeah. Okay guys, so I'm just going to give you a little update. It's been about 2 hours. I'm in natural lighting right now. And I think that it's doing okay. You can still see my skin looks like skin. I wanted that. I expected that. And I do think that it looks nice. It's not breaking up on my skin yet. So yeah, I'm pleased with it. I think it looks pretty, and again I keep going back to how easy it is to apply it. Like if you just want to use one product and you want to just leave your house and go fast, if you're in a rush, this may be the product for you. But I think it's looking really pretty. Yeah, I'll update you guys in a little bit. Okay guys, I wanted to update you really quick. I've already eaten dinner. It's nighttime now, and I've been playing with my family. My lipstick wore off, as you can see. The foundation is still looking really pretty. Honestly, my skin looks natural like skin, but I really just wanted to show you, like at this time it's 7:30. Yeah, 7:30. I've been wearing it for about, I want to say 6 hours now, but you know, with like the different kind of sunlight, like the sun is about to go down, and I think it looks really pretty. Again, I just ate dinner. I was also cooking dinner, so in the stove, like with the heat on me, and my son was hugging me and all over my face. So I think it looks really pretty, and so far I'm impressed, but I'll give you guys some final thoughts at the end of the video. But it's doing great right now. As you can see, just having fun outside, and the foundation is holding up. Okay guys, so we've come to the end of the day, and I've had this foundation on all day now. I even changed my lip gloss color because I couldn't find the original one that I was wearing, but this is what my skin looks like. I think it looks really pretty. It looks like regular skin. Of course, it's not as perfect as it looked when I first applied it, but overall it stayed nicely on my skin. I don't think, let me look in the mirror to confirm, but I don't see like any extra breaking, like more than usual. I don't have perfect skin, so I never expect for my foundations to look like super flawless or super smooth. I am working on my skin, but I have bumpiness going on. I have texture like everyone does. So I really do enjoy it, and my favorite part about it is how it applies and how I think that this is a really versatile product, because I think it's perfect for people who are on the go and are just in a rush. Like I said earlier, I remember my mom when I was growing up. She used to always have like cream to powder foundations in her purse, and she would always like apply it in the car on the way to work when we were going to school, which is maybe how I got into cream to powder foundations, because that's what she used. So I am glad that I own it. It's $10. I don't think if you have like a good foundation that you like, that you need this, like you need to go out and grab it, but it is a good foundation and the price is really nice. So overall, I am pleased, and the match and the shade actually did match me really nicely. And I don't know, I just really did enjoy it, and it's a really nice and versatile product. But I think that's going to be the end of today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up for me. Don't forget to subscribe before you go, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye, guys. Mwah.